Welcome back. 10-12. A little bit of change. We're talking to Mike Farmer. Combine both of the names. You know,
I've been called that many a time.
I do get paid to do my job. I'm sorry. This is really exciting. July 18th through the 20th starts in just 4 days. Is that Alton F1 Midwest Nationals, and it's going to be a great one. Last year was really exciting, and had Dustin on, and heard a little bit of the excitement that he had last season, and just a hell of a run.
Yeah.
And now we're excited, ready for more of this. And you've been around powerboats for a long time. What makes this race different than a few of the other ones?
Well, it's a pretty nice location. There's a lot of amenities around it, and it's centrally located, so people can come from pretty much everywhere and travel about the same distance. That helps draw a crowd, helps draw participants.
Mm-hmm. Well, and now you were telling me that today you guys are going to start putting some docks together and start getting the final touches. What's this week look like for you guys? Is it pretty busy?
Yeah. Well, there's tents to be set up. There's the docks got to be assembled. I mean, right now they're a whole stack of pieces.
Oh, wow.
Has to be put together, and we're going to start that actually tomorrow morning. It's scheduled for 9 o'clock. We'll see, weather permitting.
Yeah, that's true, too. Well, this year, how's the water looking for you guys out there?
It's pretty fast.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's that mean for the racers?
It really isn't that big a deal for them. It's more of a deal for the spectators trying to anchor.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
The people that come by boat trying to anchor.
Well, and now you're the local patrol. You're in charge of the patrol boat, correct?
Correct.
What's your role look like in that? Is it just making sure everyone's safe? Is it driver safety too?
Well, when they set up the course, the course is the orange buoys, and then the out of bounds is the yellow-green looking buoys, and we got to make sure everybody stays outside of those. And then there's also no wake buoys up and downstream. We got to see somebody going too fast. We got to try to slow them down. And we snag debris. I put on River Bills this morning. If you're sitting out there anchored and you see a piece of debris floating by, snag a hold of it. Try to get an event patrol boat to come over and take it from you. Don't just let it go by.
Yeah.
You can wipe out. A propeller's $3,000 just for one prop, and
What Tim was telling me about that, about how, I was thinking you would have to have a pretty good sized log to throw off your boat, but it doesn't take much to...
It doesn't take much to tip one.
That's incredible to me. Well, and now, is it one of those things where drivers and racers are like actively looking for those things to avoid, or do you have to just hope for the best because you're going so fast?
Well, they're looking for them, but, when you're exceeding 100 miles an hour, they get there pretty fast.
Well, and how long have you been in racing and in the boating world?
My dad got me into boat racing stuff when I was a little kid. I think I was 8.
Oh, wow.
And then he started a family boat repair business and had me out in the driveway kicking my butt, making me sand on boats when I was 12. And I just turned 65, so I've been doing it a minute.
Well, and how has it evolved over the years? If it's okay for me to ask, how's racing, kind of changed since the...
Well, obviously the motors have changed. Used to the inline 6 was the biggest motor we had, and now they got these V6s. 135 horse was the biggest motor, and now we're pushing 300.
Wow.
The boats have gotten more durable. Mm-hmm. The composite boats are tougher than the old wood boats were. Mm-hmm. Driver safety, the capsule that's a savior right there. Used to, when somebody wrecked a boat, they got hurt. Now they wreck a boat, they barely get a wound most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure. Well, and see, that's where I find it, kind of fascinating too, is the safety component of it, because it seems like the teams that everyone has, they're pretty comprehensive. What's that if, say, something terrible happens and there's a crash? What's that safety procedure look like to, retrieve the driver and all of that?
The tour has rescue boats, at least 2 on the course, sometimes 3, and when a boat goes over, them guys them guys are moving a lot of times before the red flag even comes out.
Wow.
The flagman hasn't had time to put the red flag out, and them guys are already on their way. And they get there, they got divers on the boat with them. Some of them have paramedics on them, so they can.
That's incredible.
Start working on somebody as soon as they pull them out of the boat.
Well, and see, it's just kind of, I like doing the behind the scenes a little bit just to see all the moving parts to this, because we watch the race and the excitement, but the just the magnitude of all the work that has to be done to put this on is incredible.
The work that Tim does is incredible. Tim and his partner John, they do a lot of stuff they don't get credit for.
Well, and it seemed, honestly, just from talking to the guys that I've talked to the last couple of days, it's been that way. Last year, take me through the experience you had with the tournament weekend. Was it a pretty good experience for you?
Yeah, pretty much so. We had a few people that, the patrol boats would ask them to move or tell them to move, and they basically told them they weren't going to, and told them they had no authority. And what these people don't realize is they're one radio call away from meeting the real authorities. Right.
Well, and it's no joke. I mean, you're putting people's lives on the line in safety when you're doing that and acting like that.
Yep. Last year, the Coast Guard didn't shut down the river to commercial traffic, so we had to open the river up every now and then and let commercial traffic through. And we had to move some people that were anchored, and they didn't like that at all. This year, the Coast Guard is shutting down the commercial traffic, but we still have to leave the shipping lane open because, if Billy John wants to come through with his 50-foot blue water, he's got to have a path.
Right. Well, and see, the traffic is interesting to me because, the Mississippi River is one of our biggest commercial waterways in the country. And that's really fascinating to me that it's shut down for this time for you guys to actually get this race put on.
Well, they're shutting it down in the morning, and we have to have everything cleared out of the way. The buoys, the spectators, everything's got to be gone an hour after the races.
An hour?
Yeah, we got 1 hour to clean everything up so this next barge can come through.
And then you're back to setting up the next day, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Very interesting. Now, you've been working on this, you said, for about 3 years now with Tim?
Yep.
And what led to your involvement in the race? I love it.
I'm just going to say I must be easy. I don't know.
Well, what do you hope fans take away from this weekend, that's coming up?
Well, I hope everybody comes and enjoys the show, and we want to put on a good enough show that they can't wait to get back here next year.
Right.
It's a 3-year contract, and we want it to grow and grow and grow. It would be awesome if we filled every hotel in the area and restaurants all boomed and everybody had a good time at the races. That'd be a great weekend.
Well, and honestly, it's one for people who've never even, maybe checked this out before. This is exciting stuff. And to me, it's one of those, you guys have a hell of a camera feed. It was fun to watch online last year. But to me, this is an event where you have to be in person for to truly appreciate.
Yeah, TV doesn't do them any justice.
No.
That 0 to 100 off the start dock is, 3.5 seconds.
Are you serious?
Maybe 4, but they're pretty quick.
Wow.
And some of the corners are set up where they can sweep them a little bit, but some of the corners are set up where they got to turn the boat. And they'll pull between 4 and 6 G's in a corner.
That's what we were talking about. And, has there ever been a disconnect from maybe a boat racer that you've known, or you don't have to know, but they started racing in the 80s or 90s. And now because of the advancement of these motors and these machines, I can only imagine that it takes some time to get used to all those G-force, all those G's in a cockpit.
Well, in the 80s, they were sitting in the boat loose still in the early 80s.
Uh-huh.
And the only thing that kept them in the boat was them hanging onto the steering wheel.
Are you serious?
And
wow, you got to be pretty tough to be a racer.
And then later on in the late 80s, they went to the capsule where everybody was strapped in. And, we kind of coined a term for the new drivers coming in. We called them capsule drivers because they'd never been pitched out of a boat before.
I couldn't
so they
imagine.
had guts that other people didn't have.
Yeah, I'd say so. I would 100% say so. Hey, you got a moment to take a break with me?
Sure.
We're going to take a quick break. I got to pay some bills. More conversation with Mike Farmer. You know, coming down the pipeline in just 4 days. Starts Friday with that meet and greet at Max. That's going to be really fun. I heard the kids enjoyed that a lot last year and the families.
Tables set up out the street.
Yeah. We're going to come back and talk all about that. You see that on your screen, July 18th through the 20th. That's the Alton Midwest Nationals F1 Powerboat Racing. More on it after this.
Oh no, another bad headache?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganass Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and it will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganass Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganass Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I was deep in the water somewhere, got the blue sky breeze and it don't seem fair. Only worry in the world is the tide gonna reach my chair. Sunrise, there's a fire in the sky, never been so happy, never felt so high. And I think I might have found me my own kind of paradise.
Welcome back. Daily Show, 1024, a little bit of change. The F1 Powerboat Alton Midwest Nationals take place in just a couple of days. The meet and greet is on Friday, which is going to be a hell of a time. That was great last year, and this is for families to come up and meet some of the racers and get to see the boats up close, and really just a cool day, Mike.
The racers are available pretty much all weekend, but the meet and greet, everybody's out, eager to meet you. They all come, and some of them bring some trinkets. We'll see who's got trinkets and who don't.
Well, and take me through the weekend. When does the racing start on Saturday?
Well, I got a schedule here.
Oh, there we go.
We have a tentative schedule because, weather and stuff changes that. Saturday morning, starting at 9 o'clock, is tri-hull testing. And then it moves on into Formula One testing and then Formula Light testing. And then at 10:20, the Formula Lights qualify. And at 11 o'clock, Formula One qualifies. And then they're going to open the river for an hour. And then at noon is opening ceremonies, and then we start heat racing after that. And about every 30 minutes, there's a heat race up until 5 o'clock.
Man, that's incredible. And now Sunday, what time's the action start?
Testing starts at 9:45, and heat races start at 10:15 in the morning, and then opening ceremonies are 11:15, and then we resume racing at 12 o'clock.
Awesome. Well, it's a great weekend for whether or not you're doing this with your family or by yourself to go check this out, man. I mean, 100%. And now, because you're on the water while this is going on, what can the viewer from the water witness if they missed out last year? I'm sure that's really exciting to be on the water when that happens.
Well, you can get a pretty good seat out there.
Good answer.
There's a radio station, and I'm sorry I'm unprepared for that. I don't know what channel they can tune to so they can hear the announcer.
Oh, okay.
I'm
not aware of that one, to be honest with you.
It's just a local little thing at race site that so the people that are in their boats can hear the announcer, because you can't hear the announcer out there.
Well, I'm sure. Well, that'll be cool. Well, and now, I wanted to ask you, we have some time now. You were a part of a racing team for quite some time. I just wanted to ask you about your role because you were the crew chief, correct?
Correct.
What's that role? Is it similar to NASCAR, or like, how does that?
I would like for it to be similar to NASCAR. You don't get to tell other people what to do. You're doing it.
That's interesting.
Some teams have a bunch of people, but we didn't. We had just a few of us local guys, myself and Lynn and Chris Bechtold and Phyllis, and that was the four of us for the most part. And a lot of times it was just me and Lynn and Phyllis and Lynn's dad, Harold. And then we picked up a guy out of New York, Daryl Balcom. Daryl was other brother.
I love it. Well, and before we let you go, for folks that don't understand it or maybe are new to this, the camaraderie I've been kind of following just the last couple of days. It's been really cool to see just kind of the community that the racing community has. Take me through that a little bit.
Well, it's kind of like a lot of other sports where you'll bicker, but when it comes down to it, if somebody needs something and somebody else has it, they got it.
That's cool.
It's nobody wants to see somebody sit on a bank because they didn't have something.
That's awesome.
If you come and, nobody comes to a race with just one bullet, one power head. So if they come and they have a bad day and they blow up 2 or 3 power heads, they're going to get one from somebody else. So there'll be a loaner out there. Somebody will get one.
That's really cool. Really cool. And before I let you go, we've been talking for almost 20 minutes now. Let me ask you do you have any predictions over this weekend? Who do you think's looking good? Who do you think has a good chance?
Well, I would kind of like to see Spencer do real well. He's been struggling a bit. And he does his due diligence. He does a lot of work. But Dustin, again, he's going pretty well. And then RJ West. If RJ shows up, RJ tests a lot, and he goes real fast. Man. Well, and see, now, this is what I wanted to ask you, too, just because you have a lot more knowledge on this than I do. When we're bringing our kids out, we're ready for a weekend. What are some of the things, we can kind of start, cheer? Is there anything that's like a normal, cheering moment or anything like that you can help us kind of get prepared for so we're cheering at the right times and know what we're doing out there? Well, the cheering just kind of happens. It ain't a planned out thing. It's going to hit you and you're going to be like, yeah! I love this, man. I'm excited for the weekend. And Mike, it was great talking with you. What's your final thoughts just on the weekend ahead before we say goodbye for now? I just hope everybody has a fun, safe weekend and everything goes well. Well, and I'll add on to that. If you're somebody watching in the boat, stay behind the damn line so we can keep everything moving. Yeah. Don't give anybody a hard time. Nah, we're all just trying to do something really cool. This is something I hope stays for a long time, Mike, is this powerboat racing. It's so unique and really just from all accounts, it's such a unique course, too, for all the riders and racers. Last year was the first year back since 1992. That's incredible. They raced right in front of the bell down there in 92. Did they really? Yeah. Well, it's exciting to have it back, and it adds something unique and really is such a great thing. I hope the weekend goes well, and we'll be there following along with you guys. And thanks for stopping by today. Enjoyed it. 1032, a little bit of change. You can find out more on the Alton Midwest Nationals by just, typing that into Google. Alton Midwest Nationals, the F1 Powerboat Racing website will come up, and here's what it looks like just for all of you following along at home right there on your... Can we share this? Oh, yeah, we'll put the QR code. Oh, absolutely. And we'll link the QR code for tickets and the link for the tickets all in these articles so we can get you guys there. Alton Midwest Nationals, June 20... Wrong one. July 18th through July the 20th, and that's right there. You can find out more at F1Powerboatchampionship.com, and just click on the race link, and we'll link everything in that write-up. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and hang out for a little bit more after this on RiverBender.